And it looks like oh boy, are you yawning? Am I boring you? I want to embarrass him.
Jane Fonda was anything but boring over the last 24 hours as the Cannes Film Festival jury member wrapped up her time at the festival. She has made headlines all over the place for a bunch of different things over the last day or so. For her very candid answers during a Q&A at Cannes about her career.
He made a movie, Letter to Jane.
Yeah.
What was your reaction and how was
I
the
thought
work
it was a
with
big
Jean-Luc
pile of
Godard?
bull. It was a big pile of bull that was narcissistic and didn't mean anything.
Tell us how you really feel, Jane. I saw one tweet that said, Jane Fonda just doesn't give two Fs anymore. And really, yeah, after the life she's led, 85 years of it, she deserves to tell it like it is. Okay, Robert Redford?
I made 4 films with him, and for 3 I was in love with him.
And her comments about Redford are all over the map. Like, just to be clear, all the clips you're about to see, she's talking about Robert Redford.
He did not like to kiss. I know. And he's always in a bad mood, and I always thought it was my fault. He does have a good sense of humor when he would come on the set 3 hours late in a bad mood. But we always had a good time. He likes to play jokes and things. Yes, he's a very good person. He just has an issue with women, that's all.
That's quite the comment to end her Redford talk on, but okay. Then she moves on to her drunken, then hungover striptease in Barbarella.
I was very shy, believe it or not, and I had to get drunk, so I drank a lot of vodka so that I could do this. But to do the whole thing over again the next day, only I had a hangover now. So what you see is Barbarella with a hangover taking her clothes off in front of us.
She's also not loving how her 2023 filmography turned out.
I normally would not have wanted to make 2 movies in 1 year that have 4 old women in each of them.
So 80 for Brady with Jane, Lily Tomlin, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field came out in February. And then just a couple weeks ago in May, Book Club, The Next Chapter, where Jane reunited with Diane Keaton, Candice Bergen, and Mary Steenburgen hit theaters.
I don't want to do that anymore. I don't know what's coming next, except that I don't want to play any more movies that don't challenge me as an actor.
One of the roles that did challenge Jane, and is one of her favorites, is On Golden Pond, which Jane orchestrated so she could act in a movie alongside her father, Henry Fonda. But she says she learned the most on that movie from her other co-star, Katharine Hepburn.
Such an interesting woman, and I think that the reason she was so interesting was because she wanted me to keep talking about her after she was dead.
Jane says Katharine was no fan of the Fonda.
She didn't like me.
The winner is Katharine Hepburn, On Golden Pond.
And I called her up to congratulate her, and she said, "You'll never catch me now." So competitive. Oh my God, I think those old dames were that way.
By the way, there's another Oscar winner that Jane claims is no Fonda fan.
Michael Douglas is great on building relationships. I don't think he really likes me, but he's very diplomatic. He always says good things.
Now, Jane is full of wisdom and stories and advice and energy and drive. That's a lot to fit in there. So, one of those stories is going to get out of there over 85 years.
1971, you made a documentary with Delphine Seyrig about actresses in Hollywood. You made some very pertinent points in that documentary about how it was to be an actress.
I made a documentary with Delphine?
Yes.
I have no memory.
Oh.
Sois belle et
It was a
tais-toi.
terrible time in my life, and
okay.
I don't remember that at all.
I mean, it's funny, but it's also kind of sad because it really looks like that young woman really planned that question out. Like, she had seen that documentary and she was going to bring that up to Jane Fonda. It was going to be a great answer. And it looks like the guy behind her, is filming. I'm pretty sure he's filming for her sake because the angles that he's doing it at, if he wasn't with her, he wouldn't have her in the frame like that. So I really think he's filming it for her to capture this great moment where she asked Jane Fonda this question about this documentary.
That's why I then wanted to know what your memories of it would it be. But, I mean, if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out.
Sorry.
Now I don't think Jane, I don't think anyone is going to forget this moment anytime soon at the ceremony last night where the Palme d'Or was awarded. After Anatomy of the Fall was announced as the winner of the Palme d'Or, director Justine Triet came on stage, and Jane had both the award and the certificate to give to Justine. Justine gave a 5-minute speech and then headed over to thank the jury members.
Et de recommencer.
And she only took her award with her and not the certificate. So, Jane threw it at her. I don't even think Justine feels the piece of paper hit her, but it was all in good fun. The two were embracing and smiling afterwards. And I will say, when you watch the footage, Jane never actually gives the certificate to Justine. She just ends up putting it down beside Justine at the podium. So Justine doesn't necessarily know that that's for her as well. So Jane, if you're going to be a presenter, you have to actually present the things to the winner. But anyways, I'm having fun with this, and it's all in good fun. And there's a ton for you to react when it comes to Jane Fonda. So yeah, whatever you want to talk about, go for it.
So I just want to know, like, what your advice is on, like, entering Hollywood.
Just don't let the fuckers get you. Just keep going.